Hello ကဲဒါကတော့ YouTube တိကျစတွဲမှာကဲ group draw လေးကိုခဏတူတူကြည့်အောင်ကျွန်တော် group draw လေးတော့လာနေပါပြီเนาะ MSC group draw လေးပါဒီဦးနဲ့တော့ကြည့်hello ဟောလာပြီဦးတူတွေ
all the way, CFU Gaming is going to be joining Group A.
Can I get a home my mouth for all the Kamai fans? They play a very specific brand of MLBB, possibly one of the most aggressive teams in all of MLBB. Esports. Hey, they put former MSC champions SRG at the brink of elimination in the last group stage of the M6 World Championships.
For a year and a half, this team has continued to grow and show that as an organization, they are a powerhouse in the MLBB space. That being said, though, we still need to draw some more teams. Let's see who else is going to be joining the likes of Group E alongside Team Flash.
ကိုရမြန်မာကလည်းပူတူးမှာတယ်မဟုတ်လား
How calm RJ is again.
ပူဝမ်းလား
The tournament as it is stands in his hands,
in his fingers. And it looks like we have another team. DFYG will be joining the likes of Team Flash in Group B.
Yanfeng Yaoguai, arguably one of the first teams to make it out of the Chinese MLBB ecosystem, introducing their own brand of MLBB esports. They will be the second team in Group B. Some big names coming out of the squad.
We have Group B.
Area 57.
Again, this is a squad made up of young individuals. Some of them have had experience in leagues such as MPL Philippines. So I don't doubt that Area 77 with the chip on their shoulders might go the distance.
Now, for our final two teams,
sorry.
Let us make the draw here. There's only two potential options. Are representatives coming in from Turkey or are representatives coming from Latam?
Group A will be finding...
Who's it going to be? It's Corinthian Esports representing Latam. This is going to be an interesting group, dude. I don't know. What are you feeling like right now? Group A, Group B?
They went all the way in their grand finals, and I'd like to see my boy Luis crawl out of the group stage and finally bring glory back to Latam.
Which only means that there is one team left to join the likes of Group B. Of course, I mean, I'm excited to see how Group A is going to pan out. Of course, I'm assuming that because Corinthians is part of Group A, that's going to be where you're leaning to, Leo.
I would love to agree with you, but no, the team that was remaining in C2 is another team that you must watch. I think we're going to draw this for formality, but we all know what's remaining. It's a superpower out of Turkey. Again, I think this is the strongest they've ever been. They took the remnants of two of the best teams out of Turkey and have formed a super team.
RJ, could you please, just for formality, let everybody know who's going to be joining to finish off Seed 2. Give it up for this team. A superpower, as Leo has mentioned, and representing Turkey this time round, it is going to be Aurora Gaming. Keep in mind, all of these squads, all of these organizations are still looking for as many points as possible here at the Esports World Cup.
Recently celebrating their birthday was their mid laner Rosa, and of course joining them now, finally completing the duo of roamer and gold laner is Sigiboom, the Turkish trigger man, joining his brother Apex 47. I'm definitely looking forward to how Aurora Gaming will be performing in the group stage.
Now, the moment that everybody has been waiting for. The teams, the champions.
Vale, CFU ကလွယ်ကျန်တဲ့တင်းတွေအကုန်လုံးတော့လွယ်ပါတယ် CFU ကလွယ်ကျန်တာတွေကလွယ်
RJ, could you please draw from seed 1? Now this is where I'm nervous, man. This could make or break a group straight away. This could
Team flat တော့နိုင်ပါတယ် Team flat ကတော့
free pass.
The first out of seed 1 joining group A is
It's going to be a representative for the Philippines.
Liquid.
Team Liquid will be joining Group A.
And the cavalry. They took the M6 World Championships champions all the way. The season 15 finals of MPL Philippines, and here they are now. They will be facing up against Ultra Legends. We have it. You guys keep in this exact order unless the regions collide. That being said, Ultra Legends have a tough challenger up ahead. I mean, that squad. The Filipino sniper. All of them actually all-stars.
I can't count them out. I really can't. One of my favorite organizations, one of my favorite teams as well in the MLBB space. But it's time to draw another squad from Seed 1, going over into Group B to meet up against Team Flash.
So already one Filipino representative on the board. Who could we be seeing now? An Indonesian, a Malaysian, a Burmese, or maybe the finest from ECA.
It is going to be a Malaysian representative. Homeboys will be going.
Last seen in the MPL MY. Super Gano. How are you feeling about Homeboys dropping into Group B?
I think that this is necessary. I think this has been a rivalry for the ages here. And for the most part,
it's an old school rivalry.
It's an old school rivalry. They always got to start off hot. Look, I'm happy for the boys, of course, but this is not going to be easy. Group B is starting to look a little more interesting. However, it is just a runner-up. No worries about it. We still have plenty more teams to draw here.
If you're a champion.
Please, shuffle it up. Give us something good here for Group A.
Because you got to beat that Group B opener, man. Group B has the MYSG rivalry starting off. What else does Group A have in store?
Hey.
I see the colors. It is an
CFU နဲ့ ဒီပွဲတော့ကောင်းတယ်
Indonesia, better known as the Sky Kings.
They take to the skies and land in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, only to face off against sharks amongst the desert. Their first match against the Kamai CFU Gaming.
This is going to be interesting, right? This is really going to be a true test for CFU to see whether they have grown enough to overcome the overwhelming and also
Group B.
previous MSCs. They've got international titles underneath their belt.
They're making a run for it here in the EWC, man. They're sending so many different teams across so many different tournaments, and this is but one of those marquee events that they would love to win. Again, it's been a while. Onyx Indonesia in the realm of MLB.
ဒီနောက်သေးနေရ ဘယ်တင်းကြကြအောင်လွယ်ပါ
Two big names already in Group A. Who will be joining Group B as we do our next draw from Seed 1? What could it be possibly? We still have representatives from Malaysia, and as well as the EECA alongside. Wait, hold on. I'm seeing a little color.
Argue.
Is it the Burmese?
From EECA, who will be joining Group B, it is Team.
Group မှာတော့လွယ်မှာတော့မဟုတ်ပါဘူး
EECA through the years, for the better part of 24 months, have proven themselves to be amongst the best.
Top
3 in M5, deep top 4 in M6, and now in MSC, they're going up against in the opener.
နှစ်ခုလုံးမတိမ်မရေးလောက်ပါပဲ
has already taken a big
ဟုတ်တယ်ဘီယာပို့ချောင်းတယ်ဟိုမှာ separate တွေရော
We're going to see it one more time. This time
ဟုတ်လေဟိုအမှမလေးတွေဘာတွေရောထွက်သွားပြီဆိုကျွန်တော်မြန်မာ group A ပဲရောက်တော့မှာ
I don't know, dude, but it's looking good. Group B is already looking
ဟိုအောက်နှစ်ခုမှာ
entertaining, but we now only have
ဟုတ်လေအောက်နှစ်ခုမှာဖိလစ်ပင်းနဲ့အင်ဒိုနဲ့ကြံပြီလေအာဂျူနဲ့အိုနဲ့ PH တို့ကြံပြီလေဟိုအောက်နှစ်နေရ group B ရဲ့နှစ်နေရမဟုတ်လား
maybe just
အဲ့လေ
easier
ဟုတ်တယ်အဲ့လိုဖြစ်သွားပြီလေ
whether or not who is going to be joining the likes of Group A. We still have a couple more.
ဟုတ်တယ်အဲ့နှစ်သင်းနဲ့တစ်သင်းနဲ့တွေ့မှာ
Looking out for two in particular.
ဟိုဘက်က
One of the two might be what RJ opens up.
ကြည့်ဦး
Group A is
မရှိဖြစ်ဖို့များတယ်သူတို့ကဟိုဟာဖြစ်ရင်လေအသင်းသူတွေ region 2မချဘူးလေ
to be the Selangor Red
ဟာရ
O
region 2
East
ဟောရေဆက်ဟော
defending
အဲ့ဟုတ်တယ်
champions of the mid
အော်မလေးကြီးအဲ့ဒါဘတ်သစီကဟိုဒီ group ထဲရောက်သွားမှာ
wins in Falcon CP Bren if not just for that
မလေးမလေးရဲ့ separate ရဲ့ထွက်သွားပြီလေ
might have cost them everything but
မလေးရဲ့ separate ရဲ့ group B ရောက်နေပြီလေဟိုဟာ Onyx PH နဲ့ဟိုဟာ Onyx PH နဲ့ RJ နဲ့ကအဲ့ slot နှစ်ခုကျန်တာလေဟုတ်ဘူးလား
Virtus.
ဟိုဘက် slot နှစ်ခု group B က
wild card into facing the
ဟုတ်တယ်လေ
champions.
ဖိလစ်ပင်းရောအင်ဒိုမပါသေးဘူးလေ
Wild cards have always been so difficult on these teams. I don't know why.
ဟုတ်တယ်တေချာပေါက်ပဲအဲ့ဒါ
It's been detrimental, so momentous, so important for the likelihood for these teams to make it all the way to the end. But with that said, that leaves us with 3 teams left. This time, they're going to go to Group
A ကရောက်ဖို့များတယ် A ပဲရောက်မှာလေ
Times for Virtus Pro. What does Group B have to rival that? How can you make
သူကမက်သစီကြရင်ဟိုဘက်ကိုထည့်လိုက်မယ်ကြည့်နေဒီ group B မှာမက်သစီကြရင်တော့ ပြန်နှိုက်မှာလားထည့်မှာလား
Hopefully, one of these big teams will even
ဟုတ်တယ်အခုက
that score to maybe balance out the power levels.
တေချာသွားပြီတေချာသွားပြီ
It is going to be all
ဟုတ်တယ်လေ
representatives from Indonesia.
အဲ့မဲ့ဒီကောင်ဘယ်လိုသိနေရတော့အဲ့ဒါကို
Q plays is
Huh?
home
နှိုက်တဲ့ကောင်ဘယ်လိုသိနေ
and I do not
အဲ့လေ
doubt
RJ ကြီးကွက်နှိုက်သွားတယ်
coming in droves here to support RQ in their opening bout as they face off against Area 77 of North.
RJ ကြီးကွက်နှိုက်သွားတယ်လို့
My goodness, we were talking about balance.
ဒါပေမဲ့ RJ နဲ့ဟိုဟာနဲ့တွေ့မှာလေနောက်တစ်ဆင့်ဆိုရင် RJ နဲ့ Onyx နဲ့တွေ့မှာ
Escalates even more, but now we only have 2 teams left. Everybody's thinking about it.
တက်တယ်လေကျွန်တော်တို့ top 4ရောက်တယ်လေ
By deduction, we know that it's Onyx Philippines and Mythic Seals in there. Who goes first? Who goes in the
VP
group?
က VP ကအောက်ကိုကြာမှာ
Very dangerous right now.
နိုင်ပါတယ်
Good luck to either one.
VP လဲနိုင်တယ် VP လဲမကြမ်းဘူးလို့ VP က
And I'm sweating here.
Yeah.
My hands are getting really sticky.
I've been struggling to hold on to this mic. What more, RJ?
Here we go. He cracks the second.
ဒါလည်းမက်သစီပါဘလို့ secret တက်ကြီးဒါကြီးက
Join Group A. And it looks to be Onyx PH.
ဟိုဘက်ကိုထဲမှာဟိုဘက်ကိုထဲမှာ
Now Onyx PH
Okay.
quickly should be moved over to Group B because Team Liquid ID was selected for Group
ကိုရီးယားနောက်ဆုံးကကိုရီးယားနှိုက်တော့မနှိုက်ပါဘူး
Group B. It'll be really interesting because they're going to be facing off against Aurora Gaming in Group B itself.
So to preserve
ဟုတ်တယ်
diversity amongst
ဟုတ်တယ်အဲ့နှစ်နေရာအတွက်ပဲကောင်းတာ
Now Group B confirmed. And
လွယ်ပါတယ် top
also
top 4
voting
ကတော့
for
ရောက်ပါတယ်
Onyx bracket.
Mm-hmm.
မှန်တယ်
This is a little, I'm not going to lie, a little unfortunate, but at the same time, this is just how the draw has to go. You just got to keep on winning to make it to the very end here. Not only for home country,
ဟုတ်တယ်ပြီးရင် CFU တွေပါကြံအောင်မယ်
Group B,
အောက်မှာ
all the more made competitive. The grand
Yeah,
finals
few,
of
right.
MPLID and MPLPH find themselves there.
this is crazy. I don't know. This draw is already, my knees are getting weak. Oh boy, we need to know our very last team. We already know by the odds. It does mean that Group
You
A
are
is
really.
looking extremely stacked. For the pleasantries, please RJ, crack
ဖွင့်
it
ကြည့်
open.
ဖွင့်ကြည့်
Now,
Let
for
us
those of you
see.
wondering,
It is going to be Mythic Seals, representatives all the way from Myanmar, going into Group A.
powerhouses representing the Burmese, the only other country to face the Philippines in the grand finals of the M series alongside the Indonesians.
Hard.
They'll be opening up the group stage facing off against Corinthians Esports. So Myanmar versus Latam.
This is interesting. We're getting to see
တွေ့မှာနောက်တစ်ဝက်ပြီးရင်တွေ့မှာ
don't usually get to see at the very beginning at the least. Usually where it's
ဟုတ်တယ်တက်သွားပြီလေ
later down the line this time round, right from the get-go.
What a treat. I do not know where to start. This just ensures that all of MSC's group stage is going to be a must watch. And again, the fact that these teams each have 2 lives to make it to the knockouts means there could be the climb of all climbs. Besides just the wild card, besides these teams hoping to make it far, lives to make it.
တော့ဝိုင်းရင်ဒီကိုရှာမှာငါလည်းမသိတော့ကိုလည်းရှုပ်နေ Okay ဒီကပြလားဒီကလားဘယ်နာတော့ကိုလည်းမတွေ့ဘူး
Lives. To make it to the knockouts means there could be the climb of all climbs. Besides just the wild card, besides just hoping to make it far, we might definitely make new stars.
Sign draw here for the mid-season cup of the 2025 Esports World Cup live.
Those in the match every single A.
တက်ပါတယ် top 4အခုတည်းဟိုဒီဟောင်းလား
အပမရောက်နိုင်ဘူးလား
အပဒီ Rajan ရဲ့တပွဲနိုင်ပြီလို့ Rajan ရောနိုင်လေးရောတက်သွား play ရောတက်သွားတက်သွားပြီဒီမှာဒီမှာတက်ဟိုနှစ်တက်နိုင်ပါတယ်နိုင်တယ်
A. Powerhouses.
ဟုတ်တယ်
Representing the Burmese, the only.
Oh, shuffle ဖြစ်သွားမှာ shuffle ဖြစ်သွားမှာ BO3 လား fight လား How does how there fighting ဒါတော့ group draw လေးပါ
ဘာလုပ်နေအောင် bro what you doing တက်လိုက်ပြီ
Okay hello
Bye
bye bye guys bye bye guys bye bye